Welcome all respected sadhaka friends. Receive that hearty congratulations for that beautiful continuation consistency. Thank God that has clicked to us that our mind intellect are supporting us for our everyday attending this morning Upanishad classes. A very healthy, very good improvement, or you can say habit, blessedness and blessings. That's at least on this bahana we are in touch with the truth, which is a very good beginning. Surely will lead to more deeper applications, deeper understandings, deeper sadhanas, deeper experiences and evolutions. There's no doubt. A very, very good start. May such most important things for spiritual evolution click to us, accepted by us, implemented by us, assuring our own growth by our own effort. So, one thing we are able to do to be regular to the class, a great breakthrough. So, if one thing we can do, second also we can do, third also we can do. All the things that are required, we can slowly do. It is call as our own effort, call as Guru Krupa, call as Ishvara Krupa. But this has happened. This is happening. Recognize that we are regular to the class. Celebrate it, recognize its glory, how we have achieved this great thing. Then, if one is achieved, many can also be achieved. So, the question, the point that it is impossible, the point that I cannot do, so those things we have really conquered. Yes, we can. We also tried, Krupa also came. Beauty is the thing is happening. For every spiritual seeker, this is what it happens. The Krupa through prayers and Swaprayatna together make them do those required things. Thank you. Congratulations. 13 Vyaktitwas of Loka Sevaka, Dharma Stavaka, Viragi, Bhakta Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, Gambhira, Samskrita, Bhasha, Jnata. Focus on them. Then never forget the Shruti Mata, never forget the great Guru Ganas, the Devata Ganas, the Jagan Mata Kripa, the Ishvara Anugraha, and presence of Param Brahman. बस बाकी सब उनको कुछ करना नहीं, उनके प्रेजेंस में सब होता है. Recognize them with full कृतज्ञता, कृतज्ञेन विवेकिना. See, yesterday in that beautiful text of Tattvabodesha towards the end, विचारणीय वेदांताः सेवनीयो गुरुः सदा वंदनीयो गुरुः सदा. And then what was said yesterday? Krutagnena Vivekina. A person who is Krutagna and who is Viveki, the Guru's words have to be heard, have to be practiced. Most important was no dvejaniyo guruhu. Guru should not be made to get agitated or disturbed. गुरु को उद्वेगित मत बनाओ, उद्वेजित मत बनाओ. बहुत important thought था. Little more today also we'll see. And how the Guru becomes Udvejita when we don't do the sadhana told. Therefore, we are not growing. That Udvega of the Guru, as said there, is not anger. Please, never. But that sympathy, the feeling of badness. That such a good opportunity is given to him. I also took all my time and gave him the Upadesha. He is not using it. That feeling of pittiness, sympathy, the thing is getting wasted, time is wasted. He is not growing, he is suffering in the same samsara like anybody else. So that type of udvega to the Guru. Not that he becomes angry. Why will he become angry? He is beyond all that. So ऐसा गुरु को उद्विजित मत करो, दुखी मत करो. Like where the children fail in exams. Parents udvijit hote. That's not anger, but the dukkha. In all children passed, why my children failed? That I have done everything to them. Oh Lord, that pain is unbearable. Throughout life they carry. But somehow the life being so busy suppresses those things. But that's there. My son failed that time and all that. So Guru also feels, see, the thing is given, he has not used. So Kritagnyata Yukta Smaranam we are talking about. Anyway, good. Welcome here. Uh, Shwethashwaathara Upanishad, first chapter, 12th mantra. What is to be known? Point 1. Where it is to be known? Point 2. What is to be avoided? Point 3. Then, in what way the Paramatma needs to be known? These are the four important things that are discussed in the 12th mantra. We are almost through the second portion, second line, third line we have to see. Bhokta bhogyam preritaram cha matva. That line we have to little feel today. Above two lines, etadgneyam nityameva atma samstham nata param veditavyam hi kinchita. These things we have given good time. We try to feel the nerve of it. And Guru Maharaj also, Shankara Bhagavan, did not leave it halfway. He quoted Shivadharmottara Purana, and then one more he will be quoting today, and telling us that Atma Samstam is the word which he was stressing more. Don't become the Anatma Drushtiwala, Anatma oriented. Not only you won't get moksha, not only you won't get the moksha by giving Atma Anubhava, but you'll be caught up only in the samsara, because all samsara is in Anatma, all moksha is Atma, in Atma. These things, सुनकर हमें sense of urgency to achieve हो बढ़ना चाहिए. Not the routineness or boredom. Any guru comes with any shastra, whether he realized or not, he tells this only. Because those who are regular satsangis, they go to every Mahatma who is freely available, because Mahatma has nothing to do. So he will talk this only. Because it's the easiest thing to talk and the ultimate thing to talk, and there is nothing wrong in it. कोई sin वाले पाप नहीं है उसमें. इसलिए सब वही बोलते. Saying that every shastra is saying that, but did we accept it? Are we planning for our own moksha or not? There we have to focus. So we will see that portion today, followed by, if time permits, the what do you call Pranava Adhara for the Upasana will be given to us in the next 2-3 mantras. 2 mantras toward the end of this first chapter, which is only 16 mantras. So 12th we are seeing today, 13, 14, 15 Pranava ka bata denge, 16 the conclusion. A very healthy, good discussion. The whole Vedas, the Upanishad, for that matter, every Upanishad is so sublime, so beautiful, so important for a sincere spiritual seeker. Right? Let us do so. Then, before that, like every day, Sankalpa Prarthanas. Before that, our common sense thought. What can be the common sense thought today? Simple thing we'll talk just for a couple of minutes only. We all know the results we enjoy in the world of sukha or dukha. Sukha dukha जो है ना फल होते हैं. And we all know that phala, the sukha dukkha are caused by the karana. The karana always is the karma only, we know. Then the karma के पीछे the desires, vasanas are there. So what is there behind desire and vasana? Why that desire? Why that vasana? Therefore, why that karma? Why that phala? एक ही चीज है, as we were seeing in Gita also, first chapter thoroughly, what with knowledge or ignorance we have identified as ourselves. Today's common sense thought is based on this discussion. What have we identified ourselves as? Knowingly, consciously, that can be also right or wrong, or unknowingly, unconsciously, that also can be right or wrong. One sort of identities felt deeply inside, then all vasanas, all intellectual thinkings, all the mental projections, physical actions, actions of the senses will be of that type only. Therefore, if at all one thing has to be clearly understood by us, clearly committed by us, clearly accepted by us is our identity. What Vyaktitva you are feeling yourself as. One though we all know the professional Vyaktitvas because of various studies, degrees we have. Therefore, that particular thinkings, activities go on happening. कोई प्रधानमंत्री है या अध्यक्ष है या एमपी है तो दैट इज देयर आइडेंटिटी दे डोंट थिंक अबाउट हाउ टू प्ले क्रिकेट isn't it they don't think about कैसे नाटक करें करते तो है but they won't think like a cinema actor how to act because their identity is pakka we are politicians so to a sports person you won't think like business a businessman will not think like politician because they are specified in their own identities and they accepted it. They are all the professional identities, Vyaktitvas. Then the other identities of the nationality, religion, caste, that we'll think like that only. Then beyond that, the identities at the level of values, at the level of the devotion, at the level of ultimately what is our goal. Identity and goal they go together. If this is my goal, I'll have that identity. If this identity is stronger in me, then that will be my goal. So, what exactly we are identifying ourselves as? So, ये भगवान के भक्त है. If that's the identity, then our goal is to, through bhakti, to propitiate that Lord. Then all our thinkings, activities will be of that type. Such identities we have to consciously strengthen in us. Positive required identities. Like the youngsters, they have a vichitra identity. We are young now, we are independent now, we can do everything. उसको साइकिल चलाना आता है, now he feels a hero. That's it. पप्पा मैं इधर जा रहा हूँ. He has his own identity. स्कूटर चलाना आता है, he has got his own identity, ego. Independently he is going to able to go to market, he finds an identity. Able to operate the computer and all, उसको अपना एक विचित्र व्यक्तित्व हो जाता है. Then accordingly he feels superhero. Examples. In the same way, when we are specific in our identities, thoughtful identities, which are the identities I have to maintain. And, and then second step is it right or wrong we think, authentic or not we think. We think, शास्त्रीय है कि नहीं देख लेंगे. Then if with this identity, what I have to do? If this is not thought over, some identity from alien lives is going on. Therefore, all vasanas, thoughts, actions are as per that identity. For example, from the sadhana Vedantic Drushti, Dehoham identity is there in the 800 crores of people, in the 84 lakhs yonis of beings. Nobody vocally says Aham Dehosmi, vocally with mouth. How many times did you say Aham Dehosmi in your life of whatever your age now? सुबह उठते ही मैं देह हूँ ऐसा कभी कहा क्या? We never said, but have we lived anything other than Dehosmi? Means that much that identity is strengthened in us from millions of lives, that it has become natural. And therefore, our vasanas or our desires, our thinkings, our activities are only based on that. because हम Dehosmi. देखो देह का comfort, देह का भोग, देह का रक्षणा. Other than that, we don't think anything. Isn't it? So, consciously we have to recognize the required identities and fix हो जाए उसमें. To this identity, then what are the thoughts to be entertained? What are the goals to be set? What are the things to be done? What is to be achieved? इस तरह से. Like if I take the identity as a Vakta, then I will just think about which are the Shastras to study and talk about. I specified. So इसमें एक benefit है. To me, first key I am able to study, and some people whoever are finding time and interest, value to come. Same way, if I say identity, some guru's disciple, so that helps not the guru me. So as a disciple of him, let me stick to all the disciplines, all the teachings. See that identity that I am disciple of so and so guru. Not that it helps the guru, it helps me. If that identity is not strongly taken up, then without guru कोई बंदा आगे बढ़ा क्या? गुरु बिना ज्ञान कहाँ बताओ? So then his own mind intellect becomes guru. And then that mind intellect have only wrong convictions. Isn't it? You know, though wrong example, absolutely wrong example I am quoting, sorry. Like when Hanumanji gave a beautiful upadesha to Ravana. What did Ravana say? मिला ही हमें कभी बड़ा गुरु ज्ञानी. बड़ा ज्ञानी गुरु हमको मिला है बंदर. No, that's what I said. It's a wrong example. For us, we don't have the guru and we have not identified as Shishya. Therefore, our own mind, which is like monkey, that is what is guiding us. उसको हमने गुरु मान लिया. So, which are the some beautiful identities which save us from us doing mistakes? Because all wrong things are done because of the wrong identity. If we have to do the right things, then right identities we have to maintain. That's why we all are given the identity of the Gotra. You know that to this Rishi Parampara we belong. Like Arjuna is saying nowadays in Gita, we all have the identity of we belong to this Kula. So when that identity says all the Kula dharmas we follow, Gotra dharmas we follow. So too we are given the identity of Varna. So beautiful, see? Brahmana, Kshetra, Vaishya, Shudra. None of them are low. All of them are giving a specified identity for us to behave in a disciplined manner. So to the ashrama identity. Now I am in the brahmacharya ashrama. Now I am in the grahastha ashrama. Now I am in the vanaprastha ashrama. Now I am in the sannyasa ashrama. See, if those identities are consciously understood, accepted, then value it. If this I am, then what I have to do and achieve being this. See, the thinking gets awakened, it gets streamlined also, it gets the clarity also of purpose, then it makes the entire life or the faculties to behave well, which is the real achievement. So we don't do, we give an identity of bhogi to ourselves. इसलिए हमेशा क्या वस्तुओं को भोगना है, isn't it? See, we have to be aware which karma I am doing, backed by what identity. What identity I should have so that I do the better karma. है ना? Like I have to have Shastra Jnana. If that identity we have, so will we not study Shastras thoroughly, deeply? If today we are not studying Shastras, वो वाला identity नहीं रखा हमने. अपने आप का व्यक्तित्व में उसको शामिल नहीं किया. इसलिए किताब खरीदते भी नहीं. स्वामी चिल्लाते रहेंगे लेकिन somebody should gift us the gift book and then we study. हम मेहनत नहीं करेंगे. Because that is not there. And somewhere else the identity is there. A grahastha, oh, all the things required. Therefore, every day 20 times go to shopping and buy all the things. That identity is there strongly. So basically, deeply, what I am identified as generally from millions of lives, and in this life, have I thought over and specified my identity, a positive, healthy. Then on that basement or pillars, then our goals and all our doings are built. They all depend on that. You know, the soldier identity and the borders. So his whole thinking, actions are accordingly. So we have to have. We are anyway daily discussing about our 13 identities, they're all व्यक्तित्व only. उसी का ये आगे वाली बात, उसी को बढ़ाते हुए हम कह रहे हैं कि स्पेसिफाइड आइडेंटिटीज है ना, आइडेंटिटी in terms of having goal also. Like I said, no, I want to have some Upanishadic jnana, that identity. Then study. So this Bhagavan's Bhakta, then do. This Guru Shishya, then do. Then this Adhyatmic Sadhaka, then if you are so, then what is your thinking? Again, don't contradict. Contradiction is what? Identity तो ऐसा मानते हैं लेकिन thoughts and actions are not according to that. Then again we are creating those problems. Identified husband means you must love her, take care of her, isn't it? Everywhere it works. That is why many a times we hide our identities because we live contradictions in our life. Whereas specified healthy identity is the one which protects us from ourselves. इसलिए अभी कहा ना, गोत्र का, कुल का, बचपन से हमको सिखाते बेटा यू आर लाइक दिस, यू आर दिस, देयरफॉर you should behave like this only, not the other way. Isn't it? That was a beautiful thing. That's how the individuals right from childhood are trained, cultured. है ना, बच्चे कोई पार्टी वार्टी में ले जाते हैं, तो बेटा हम वहाँ अंकल के जा रहे हैं, अंकल बहुत गुस्से वाला आदमी है, तो वी आर गोइंग फॉर दैट पार्टी, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, दिस इज व्हाट यू शुड नॉट डू, इट इज नॉट आवर हाउस. The child is taught. Good. And then child remembers it. He is aware of his identity. And children are so beautiful and sensitive. ना उनको प्यार से समझाओ. All that shaitani which he does at home, he doesn't do there. आराम से कुर्सी में बैठेगा, खाना देंगे तो खाएगा. So his identity is taught, specified. He behaves. Same way, the Guru Shastra are telling us, बेटा अपना options ये है identities. Positive, healthy, these are the ones. Non-positive, unhealthy are these ones. The choice is yours. Generally, we take the non-positive identities very seriously, very strongly. Positive identities very superficially, very lightly. And first, there's no conflict. Whenever the conflict comes between these two, we just choose to be the negative identified person. I'm negative, I'm talking from spiritual standpoint. Positive is spiritual. तो अब देख ले में ध्यान से बैठकर एक दिन क्या है मेरा व्यक्तित्व, कौन हूं मैं, है ना. Then remember yesterday what we studied and very emotionally we have seen in our evening class or in maybe other Telugu class also. The Guru and God wants us to have only one identity. Identity of Mumukshu. भैया अपना मुक्ति का रास्ता खोजो, वो कर ही नहीं रहो because you are not finding the identity in you yourself as Mumukshu. Never knowingly or unknowingly you are behaving and getting more and more baddha only, bound only. See the pain in the Gurus and the Lord. Ki, we have given all the chance for them, for that person too, that Jiva to evolve. But he is not a Mumukshu, he is not a Jignasu, he is not a Sadhaka. The pain they go through is so much. We have no pain because we are samsari, we are childlike. Like the children eat wrong things, get fevered, then they have parents to take care, therefore they don't suffer much. Parents suffer more. This is गधे को है, but suffering done by parents, they go through and they serve how to do, what treatment, what doctor. They have such a dukkha, not a disease. So to gurus have no disease of samsara, but they have dukkha looking at us. तो think about coolly क्या क्या आइडेंटिटीज हम स्पेसिफाई कर सकते व्यक्तित्वास. अब ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट think and decide. In your own friend circle also, family members or relatives, each one has their own identity. They may not talk about it vocally, but through their behavior very conspicuously we can see कि इनका ये व्यक्तित्व है. वो उस व्यक्तित्व दायरे से बाहर नहीं आता है, वो उसी में रहेगा. So that's what he finds comfortable and all. Right or wrong, बात की बात. So take for yourself these few beautiful healthy identities. I am Adhyatmika Sadhaka identity. Then do sadhanas. Then I am Bhakta identity. Then do the Bhakti sadhana. So I am the identified as Shishya. Then do the Shishya sadhana. है ना? तो सुबह उठते ही हमको याद करना है. Like professionals remember. Remember means it becomes a habit. I'm a doctor. So that's continuously is there in him. Therefore, सुबह उठकर जो भी तैयारियां करनी है, he will not go to the court or cricket play. He will go to hospital. See, that identity is pushing him to do all the things required to that time, required for that purpose. In the same way, strengthen the identity, live life according to that healthy identity, and reach out to the higher heights. We were given the identity of person of values, identity of, even sometimes, whatever the mm, kula we belong to, not wrong it is. Wrongly interpreted and misused. That is murkhata of the people or the government. But otherwise, like Arjuna was saying, ki kulakshaye paranashyanti kuladharmaha sanatanaha. How a man gets cultured and trained and comes out of animalistic tendencies is only through this kula dharma. In our kula dharma, the belly filling duties are there. सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग वृत्ति धर्म कहते हैं उसको. So too the Vyavahara Dharma will be there. And in that always Vyavahara Dharma, two things, how to tune to all others and then how to tune to the divine. उनको वैसा सिखाया जाता है. कुला धर्म मतलब the other things. Profession, tuning to the whole world, tuning to the divine. सिखाते तो they be have it's well trained, well defined व्यक्तित्व and well defined duties. When they are there, less chances for us to go in wrong direction, isn't it? Some places still now there in those Brahmanas, they tell the children, we are Brahmana, we have to behave like this, we have to be vegetarian, we have to do this Yagnopavita, we have to do our Upasana. कुछ जगह अभी भी है. That's what is protecting them. And in many places, the parents themselves don't identify with that most sacred birth of a Brahmin. Therefore, they don't do the things. They do wrong things. Then what they convey to children is that only. In other places also, some Kshatriya Vaishya hai, lekin they are so disciplined. Definitely they will be born as Brahmana next life. Means more qualified for the higher evolution. The meaning of these Brahmana Kshatriya is qualified for one's own higher evolution, qualified for one's contribution to the world in a bigger way. That's the meaning of these Kula and Dharma, all these Varnas. No other meaning. Anyway, Prabhu, give me the intellect to specifically understand, accept my identity, positive, healthy, spiritual, fulfilling that identity. Whatever is to be done, let me do. While doing so, Ashcharik ke saath, suddenly, I must find you, reach you. Means, let me be convinced about only those identities which make me reach you. All other million possible identities, let me reject them, ruthlessly reject them so that they don't come to me again and again asking me, ये वाला भी identity ले लो, ये वाला भी identity भी लो. है ना? That आधार कार्ड जो आजकल है आइडेंटिटी, हमारा भी आधार हमारा आइडेंटिटी ही है. So this thought we discussed today, then we have not completed that thought because it is absolutely personal. Main thought is said, then who should have what identity? We are expected to have our own mature thinking to decide. Let us do that exercise Come out with a positive understanding. Okay, these are my identities. Therefore, these are my goals to achieve through this. These are my duties to perform to achieve those goals. बढ़िया सा जिंदगी streamline होगा. One is tamoguna will go away. Second is the chance for the rajoguna distraction also to get away. Then the third one is positive thinking starts. Thinking starts first of all. Then it becomes positive. That life where I have thought well, decided well, acted well, that's a well lived life. Do we know it? Yes, I am thinking, understanding, doing well. I'm happy. As we started today our discussion, all dukkhas are the results of karma. And that's because of the wrong identity. So when I'm not wrongly identifying, not doing wrong things, why will I suffer? So to correct identity I have, I'm doing it. Then why will not I enjoy in that way? So I advise is have more and more of spiritual identities, as we have already mentioned, and then how to justify that. And then we saw these thoughts some months back that million things are there in this world tentatively to be done or that can be done. Doesn't mean that all we do them. नहीं ना? There are thousands of things in shops. हाँ ना, कोई कोई शॉप में 20,000 40,000 वो लिस्ट देते 1,20,000 आइटम है इस सुपर मार्केट में, सुपर बाजार में. 1,20,000, but I need not buy all of them. No, what I need that alone. Same way, in this world, doable, achievable things are millions. We cannot do all of them and achieve. What is the best? We should have the discretion. Let us see. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yerime Guruvihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanadaha Vyakhyatāha Sarva Vedantāha Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shruti Smriti Purana Malayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Guru Pungava Pungava Ketanate Samatamayataam Nahi Kopi Sudhihi Sharanagata Vatsala Tattva Nidhe Bhava Shankara Deshikame Sharanam. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Sarvade Sakshibhutam Bhavaतीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन कैवल्यमोक्ष प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु निर्मूलनं बाह्याभ्यंतरे शाश्वत रूपेण वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वेपि मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्वस्य संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा मातापितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्रीकृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आदिशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ पारायणम. Friends, let us do from 11 to 16 mantra parayanam of the first sarga, first chapter. Om ज्ञात्वा देवं सर्वपाशापहानिः क्षीणैः क्लेशैः जन्ममृत्युप्रहाणिः तस्याभिध्यानात् तृतीयं देहभेदे विश्वैश्वर्यं केवल आप्तकामः एतद्ज्ञेयं नित्यमेवात्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यं हि किञ्चित् भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत् वह्नेर्यथा योनिगतस्य मूर्तिः न दृश्यते नैव च लिङ्गनाशः स भूय एवेन्धनयोनिगृह्यः तद्वोभयं वै प्रणवेन देहे स्वदेहमरणिं कृत्वा प्रणवं चोत्तरारणिं ध्याननिर्मतनाभ्यासात् देवं पश्येन्निगूढवत् तिलेषु तैलं दधिनीव सर्पिः आवः स्रोतः स्वरणीषु चाग्निः एवमात्मात्मनि गृह्यते सौ सत्येनैनं तपसा योऽनुपश्यते सर्वव्यापिनमात्मानं क्षीरे सर्पिरिवार्पितम् आत्मविद्या तपोमूलं तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परं तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परम्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः. ओम एतज्ज्ञेयं नित्यमेवात्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यं हि किञ्चित् भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत्. Two important things are Brahman alone is to be known, because knowing Brahman is obtaining Brahman, and then Brahman is being infinite, that infinitude will be ours. Being beyond birth, modification, death, we also become Ajara, Avara, Amrita. The Brahman being blissful, that bliss comes to us. Therefore, etad eva gneyam. There should be no doubt with regard to this. And the more deeper this thought that I have to know and be one with the Brahma Tattva, the whole life's planning will be for that purpose. When this thought is very superficial, then our other thoughts that I have to be a samsari, that will be stronger. Then we will be living life like that only. Nobody is responsible for our sadhaka and moksha, sadhakatva and moksha, or samsari and baddha. Nobody, we only. So first point is etadeva gneyam. Second thing which we spent 2 days and studied is Atma Samstam Gneyam. Nityam is explained. Nityam is Niyamena. Atma Samstam Gneyam. And then the Lord Self, if it is not found inside, we are trying to find Him in various temples and tirthayatras. Two examples are given to censure us, means to tell us what you're doing is wrong. One is Hastastam Pindam Utsrujya Lihyat Kurparam Atmana. Isn't it? A wonderful morsel of food in the hand, thrown away, then we are licking the hand. See the comedy in that thing. है ना? Like mother is giving the food in the hand. है ना? बचपन में ऐसा होता था, माता दादी वगैरह नानी इतना प्यारे प्यारे थे. तो शी इज पुटिंग द हैंड फूड इन द हैंड मॉर्सल, फेंक दिया और लिक कर रहे, और खाना दिया फेंक दिया. व्हाट ए फनी थिंग इट इज. सी द एग्जांपल. Same way, inside the Paramatma is there, we are not recognizing. We are only parimarganam, searching only outside. If we search inside, we recognize him. If we search outside, we remain as a searcher only, we will never recognize him. Because the outer recognition of Paramatma is followed by the first inner recognition, therefore Atma Samstha. Another example is what? Mahamani is thrown away and searching for the kacha. What a wonderful example, no? Remember that? Karastam Maharatnam Tyaktva Kacham Vimargati. The one who is not finding the Atman, the self inside, trying to worship him everywhere for various purposes, he is giving up that Mahamani, searching for the Kacha. Outside through Upasana, you get the Paramatma. But he is not the moksha giving Paramatma. He only will give some benefits of the worldly thing, which are just perishable. Having done this, now another meaning got very powerful था थोड़ा वो ध्यान से हमने कोशिश की पढ़ने को अथवा अथवा और ओके एतद् ज्ञेयं नित्यमेव आत्मसंस्थम मीन्स that which is there inside ourselves as our own self, realize it as etat brahma, which is the subject being discussed right from the beginning. है ना ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ति ब्रह्म शब्द से ही उपनिषद स्टार्ट हुआ then kim karanam brahma, that's how the brahma is the subject which we are discussing, like in every upanishad this also. So that etat brahma is to be realized as your own pratyagatma. So अथवा एतद् यत् अपरोक्षम प्रत्यगात्मत्वम, that which is aparoksha, no means are required, pratyagatma which cannot be objectified, pratyagatmatvam tat, that is brahma eva, which brahman, nityam avinashi स्वे महिमनि स्थित ब्रह्म, nitya eternal, avinashi imperishable, स्वे महिमनि स्थितम, the one who is establishing in his own mahima satyam jnanam anantam, that brahman which we speak in the upanishads and all, please realize him to be your own pratyak aparoksha atma, pratyagatma aparoksha atma. Pratyak means non-objectifiable, aparoksha means no need of any means of knowledge. That self in us, प्रत्येक अपरोक्ष आत्मा जो हमारे अंदर है वही ब्रह्म है. कौन सा ब्रह्म? नित्य ब्रह्म, अविनाशी ब्रह्म, स्वे महिमनि स्थित ब्रह्म. This is also another meaning. Same thing but little more clarity here. Kasmad hi shabda yasmad arthe. Because he, the word used, so he shabda means yasmad, because of this reason. What is that? Yasmad na ata param veditavyam asti kinchidam. ही यस्माद न अतः परम वेदितव्यम अस्ति किंचित. पॉन्डर करना पड़ेगा इस सेंटेंस पे. मीन्स व्हाट? देयर इज ओनली ब्रह्मन, अदर देन ब्रह्मन देयर इज नथिंग रियल. व्हेन इट इज नॉट रियल, what is the worthiness of knowing it? And second, that Brahman, how can you realize it as something other than the Atman? Therefore, these two words, Brahman is to be realized, Brahman is to be realized as the Atman. Because Brahman alone is reality, that reality Brahman alone is the self. Anything other than the Brahman is projected. All that projected is Anatma and it is samsara. Projection of Anatma and giving value to it alone is samsara, no? Therefore, etad gneyam nityameva atma samstam. So, yasmad na atah param veditavyam asti kinchidapi. ध्यान से सुन लेना. Other than Brahman, the reality, everything else being unreal, it doesn't carry that weight of veditavya, is to be known. And we saw yesterday, if you remember, we'll not detailedly go into it like yesterday, that when the Brahman is known, we become Brahman, and Brahman being infinitude, infinite, that infinite experience comes to us, which is bliss. खेल खत्म होता है यहाँ. But anything param other than Brahman is known, which is not real at all, the problem is what? Then it appears to be real, then it creates all raga, dveshali, samsara in us. How many examples we have seen? अब क्या कितना बता, when I am with my own self, लेकिन घर में हूँ मैं, अपना खाना बना के खा रहा हूँ, कोई टेंशन ही नहीं. But go outside to 2 or 3 hotels, so many things you will see and you get tempted to buy this or that. दे अपियर टू बी द रियल, दे अपियर टू बी इम्पोर्टेंट. ये इतना जल्दी हो जाता है ना कि ये सारा रियल है, इसको पाने से खुशी मिलती है और कुछ भी करके उसको पाना है. दिस इज अ मोह, दिस इज अ माया. It overpowers us so quickly that it pushes us to do those things. And then we are bound by the karma phala. Right? So, yasmad na atah param veditavyam asti kinchidapi. परमात्मा से हटकर जानने योग्य को वस्तु फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल है ही नहीं. दूसरा अगर है तो दैट्स ओनली प्रोजेक्टेड. डोंट नो इट. डू नॉट ट्राई टू नो इट. इफ यू ट्राई टू नो इट, यू आर बाउंड इन द संसार, because it will create the kamana ityadi. Okay, suruyate cha brodharanyake. Now, this brodharanyaka shruti is a quotation so simple, but I don't know how to convey it. It has to be caught. It is said, tadetat padaniyam asya sarvasya yad ayamatma iti. Asya sarvasya means of every living being, whether it's a human being or beings lower than him or higher. अस्य सर्वस्व मीन्स इन सब जीवों के लिए. तद एतत् पदम पदनीयम. दिस अलोन इज द स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग टू बी रीच्ड बाय हिम. है ना कि तद एतत् पदनीयम अस्य. व्हाट इज दैट? यत अयम आत्मा, दिस इनर सेल्फ. एवरी जीव should have know his own inner self. Then that inner self will realize as the self in everything. Then all the Dvaita Dvanda which was creating samsara will end once for all. बृहदारण्य का श्रुति समझ में आया ना? सारे जीवों को एक ही चीज जानना है, जो अपने अंदर का आत्म वस्तु है. Who is teaching this vidya? Who is listening to this one? Who is valuing it? You and I also listen from such number of days and all. कहाँ तक ये वाला संकल्प कि the inner true self, which cannot be seen as not self. Therefore, Pratyagatma, which doesn't need any medium to know. Therefore, अपरोक्ष. मेरे अंदर का अपरोक्ष प्रत्येक आत्मा को जानना है मुझे करके. वेयर हैव वी डिसाइडेड आफ्टर ऑल लिसनिंग आल्सो. अब क्या बताएं, मोह माया कैसे हमको फंसाती ही रहती है एंड हम फंसते ही जाते. सो यद अयम आत्मा पदनीयम सर्वस्य अस्य. फॉर ऑल द जीवास, फॉर देम to come out of their limitations and miseries and frustrations and experience infinite bliss. The inner Atman alone has to be realized. सबके लिए है ना. लेट अस से a guru is seated, 10,000 people came, अलग अलग walks of lives. ब्राह्मणास आए, क्षत्रिय आए, वैश्य आए, शूद्र आए, और बाकी all the variety of professionals came. If all of them one unique question, single question, what is it? हमें क्या पाना है, क्या जानना है? If the guru is intelligent, he says, सबको एक ही जानना है, अपने अंदर का आत्मा. First you have to. But what about our professions? They are all secondary. They all give livelihood. They don't give moksha. First you get moksha by realizing yourself. Thereafter you play the game with the upadi. That's the feeling behind this mantra. कि अस्य सर्वस्य पदनीयम यद अयम आत्मा. Wonderful it is. तद एतत् पदनीयम अस्य सर्वस्य यद अयम आत्मा. So with this, second line is over. एतद् ज्ञेयं नित्यमेव आत्मसंस्थं न अतः परं वेदितव्यं किंचित्. Now, third one is भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारंच मत्वा. That topic will take up for the study. What is this? कथम एतद् ज्ञेयं? How that inner Atman has to be known? Iti aha. That's what being taken for discussion both by the Shruti Mata and Bhashyakar. कि भोक्ता जीवः, मेन सेंटेंस क्या है? भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारम च मत्वा. देन सर्वं प्रोक्तम त्रिविधम ब्रह्मम एतत्. Bhokta bhogyam preritaram samatva. Sarvam proktam trividam brahmam etat. Now here one thought will say, Sarvam proktam trividam brahmam etat means Sarvam trividam proktam brahmam etat. All the three are spoken Brahman. Proktam Brahman means Brahman spoken just like that, appears as if he is Bhokta, Bhogya and Prerita. He stop all those speakings, Brahman remains as Brahman only. Anyway, little tough it is to catch. Now here simple. Bhokta, Jivaha. Any doubt? I the Jiva. Bhogyam, Itarat Sarvam. Anything other than me the Jiva, the whole world is mentioned here as Bhogyam. Prerita. Who is Prerita? Antaryami, Parama Ishvaraha. The Antaryami, Parama Ishvaraha. Not the absolute Brahman reality, but the Brahman reality with the Samashti Maya Shakti. He is called as Parama Ishvara. Under him, so many are there. At their own levels, they are doing the ruling. Therefore, they all are all Ishwaras, but they are not Parama Ishwaras. Parama Ishvara only, who is wielding the entire Maya Shakti. So, Paramatma with his Maya Shakti is Parameshwara. So, that Parameshwara is Prerita. So, Prerita Antaryami Parama Ishvara. That Antaryami is there in every one of us. No, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam, Hruddeshe Arjuna Tishtati, all those shlokas talk about. That's the meaning of Dvasuparna Saija Sakhaya. So, remember, it's very tricky it is to catch. Brahman is all pervading. Brahman with Maya Shakti, as Ishvara also is all pervading. That Ishvara because is all pervading, because he is Samishti. Samishti मतलब हर जगह रहना है ना. So in me also, apart from my individuality identified with my upadhi, in the very same place where I am identified with my upadhi and feeling as jiva, Ishvara also is there. What is the difference between the jiva and Ishvara there? When staying in one upadhi set, identify with only one upadhi set, that is jiva bhava. Who is Ishvara? Who stays in all upadhis but doesn't identify with any upadhi. And what is our job here? We stay in one set of upadhi. Still, we don't identify only with this. We identify the all upadhis. Then we have shifted from the jiva bhava to the Ishvara bhava. हमारे अंदर. So, प्रेरिता अंतर्यामी परमेश्वर. So, भोक्ता भोग्य प्रेरिता तीनों बात हो गए ना. Then तद एतत् त्रिविधम प्रोक्तम. That these three things which are spoken, which we see, which we understand about, all these three, Brahma eva iti. All these three are Brahman alone. Because these are the three ones, attending which that the Brahman we are not able to see. Isn't it? Then how to see Brahman? By eliminating these three. How to eliminate these three? By seeing Brahman in them. How? Why? Because they are Brahman only. That is why Proktam is the word used. Proktam is spoken. Proktam. Brahman alone is spoken as Bhokta, Bhogya, Prerita. Otherwise, there are no specified these three individualities other than Brahman. Because he is a substratum. Without substratum, the rope, the snake cannot be there superimposed. First, be clear about the example. In the same way, can the Bhogya Vastu, the outer Jagat, exist without the substratum, the Brahman? No. So can the Bhokta me exist without the substratum Brahman? No, because Brahman is all perfect. Third is, can the Ishvara also exist without Brahman? No. So when the ornaments cannot exist without gold, therefore gold alone is there in and through all of them. Therefore to see the gold, what we have to do? The ornaments are gold only. In this way, specific identity, reality given to the ornaments, we have to drop. Here also, behind Bhokta, behind Bhogya, behind Prerita, Parabrahman alone is there. Our drushti is on these three. Therefore, we are not able to see the behind Parabrahman. To see what we have to do, we have to eliminate them. How do we eliminate them? By eliminating the specified identity given to them as if they are other than Brahman. Then what to do? Bhokta is Brahman, Bhogya is Brahman, Prerita is Brahman. This practice we have to go on doing to such an extent that the Brahman aspect of these three become more predominant in our understanding than this व्यावहारिक aspect of भोक्ता भोग्य प्रेरिता. अब क्या हो रहा है? भोक्ता भोग्य प्रेरिता आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ब्रह्म होते होंगे. We totally neglect it. It should be other way around. Everything is Brahman only. For the time being, for some little practice, chalo, it is expressing as Bhokta Bhogya Preritaram without touching Brahman, chale. The simple meaning is what? I am Jiva, I am Deha, I am Indriya, I am Bhokta. But there is self also inside. Hota ho na रहने दो, क्या फर्क पड़ा? I am not concerned at all. This is the samsari lakshana. But what is sadhana said here? I am the Atman first, inside, Brahman first. Then through the upadhi, okay, थोड़ा जरूरत है 1 मिनट बाहर जाके आना. Everywhere, thousand examples. Always be with family members. Once in a month, go and meet the friends. Not the other way around. 24 घंटे with the friends and once in a while with the family members. It's a bewakufi. Same way, every day you have to cook food at home and eat. एक बार कभी 3 महीने 4 महीने में बाहर जाके. Not that every day eating outside and once in a while you make it at home. ऐसा नहीं होता ना. In the same way, once in a while I may be a jiva through body, but basically I am Brahman. That practice we have to. अभी क्या है? Basically I am a jiva and samsari. No guru is able to remove us that identity from us, and nor they are able to put in us aham brahmasmi idea. हम ऐसा जी रहे हैं 24 घंटे every minute. इसे भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारम जो मत्वा मत्वा मतलब मानकर मत्वा करोगे तो बाद में ज्ञातवा हो जाता है. Because actually the bhokta bhogya preritar the Brahman only, because Brahman is all pervading, he is a substratum. Without him nothing can exist. Brahman is all pervading. Please remember, this is a basic Vedantic thought. On the strength of which alone, everything else is projected on it, therefore should be rejected. These subsequent knowledges can be given and received. Bhokta bhogyam cha preritad etat trividam proktam brahma eva iti. This never clicks to us. Because the vasanas that aham bhokta, the world is bhogya, so strong that our thinking, our actions, they are always like that. Here, can you exist without existence in you? No. Can the world exist without existence in it? No. The existence is the common thing between the world and you. So, on one common existence only, you, the bhokta, the world outside the bhogya, they are just projected. But ये हम पकड़ में आता नहीं. Like that, you, me and thousands of people put together is called ईश्वर. सारे व्यष्टि मिल जाए तो समष्टि हो गया. ईश्वर कहते हो. Mhm. Now, what is sadhana? As we just now mentioned, same thing Guru Maharaj is telling. कि भोक्त्रादि अशेष भेद प्रपंच विलापनेन एव निर्विशेषम ब्रह्म आत्मानं जानीयात इत्यर्थः. Now, I have to talk on this for the entire day. One full class we have to spend on that. We gave an introduction. कि भोक्त्रादि अशेष भेद प्रपंच विलापनेन. So bhokta, bhogya and prerita. These three together are the prapancha, which have no satta of themselves. They are depending on the satta of the sadvastu Brahman. They are only kalpana on Brahman. So in तीनों का pravilapanena, when they are dissolved, then what will happen? Then only pravilapanena eva nirvishesham brahma atmanam janiyat. The Savishesha Brahma is these three of Bhokta, Bhogya, Prerita, which is a Pramancha Samsara. In the Nirvishesha Brahma, these three Visheshas are not there. So what Shruti Mata is telling, you are holding on to these three Visheshas. Therefore, you are always seeing Vishesha Brahma, Savishesha Brahma. Savishesha Brahma is a cause of bondage. Only one thing is spoken, निर्विशेष ब्रह्म. फिर इन तीनों को छोड़ो ना, तो छोड़ने को यहाँ कहा विलापने ना. Thing is what? When you give it value importance, it appears to be sustaining. If you don't give value to him, they disappear. And the निर्विशेष is realized. इसको हम थोड़ा ज़्यादा कल पढ़ेंगे. Thereafter, we have to explain this only Kavashaya Gita quotation. With this mantra will be over 12 wala. Now in the 13th mantra, Tadvo Bhayam Vai Pranavena Dehe, the Pranav Alabhana Pranav Upasana will be told to achieve this one. Two mantras, it's a beautiful thing. Then the last two श्लोकों में एक में तो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples are given to make us understand how the Brahman is in this world. So too, when we experience that Brahman, from that standpoint, how we look at the world. These two crucial things are explained in that 15th mantra or 14th. Tileshu tailam dadini vasarpihi. ये वाला श्लोक बढ़िया रहेगा वो. पकड़ लिया तो. Like in the tila, the tilke, tila, sesame, what you call them. In the tailam, the tail. तिला में तेल किधर है रे बाबा? हर जगह पे है. Without the tela, tila cannot be. Though we talk about the tila as if important. So, tila mein taila ki tarah, the Brahman is all pervading. That Brahman, when you realize, it's a so beautiful thing it is. That everything is included in me, but nothing is doing any kujali to me. Because I am untouchable Brahman. It's, sometimes we should feel it. Feel like Akash. Everything is in Akash, but it doesn't touch only. Interesting? There is a state of being, called Akasha. All Prithvi, Abha, Teja, Vayu with all their birth, death, modification, सब आकाश में है, but कुछ टच ही नहीं करता उसको. Not one, hundreds of examples are there. Like thousands of forms are seen by my eyes, but no forms touch my eye. Thousands of sounds my ears listen, but no sound is touched by our ears, including Vedanta. How many tastes we taste with the tongue? But कोई वहाँ टिकता नहीं, because that इंद्रिय सूक्ष्म than the vastu. So to thousands of thoughts come in mind. No thought is permanent. They just come and go. Millions of waves come and go on water. They won't stay. They won't touch the substratum. In the same way, when the substratum is realized somehow with all the struggle, everything is in me, but nothing is in me because they are not touching me. That's what is the 9th chapter, slokas number 4 and 5. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani nacha aham teshu avastitaha nacha matstani bhutani. Same thing is अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम यस्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा in our Chatushloki Bhagavat. I'm just telling that experience is so peculiar, beautiful, that I am me and in me everything, but nothing touching me. I am me, in me everything, but nothing touching me. Experience of water with regard to waves. I am with myself. Water is water. All waves are in me. Water. But no wave touches me. See, while talking, it's the biggest blunder we do is, listen carefully. We talk about the wave as if it is real. That is the whole problem.